Hi, everyone. I was reading something. So, hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Let me see. Make sure that this is okay. Yeah. I'm going to put do not disturb on. I'm probably going to interrupt you guys on Instagram for a little while because I want to. Okay. Let me know if I'm back on Instagram. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me text my kid real quick. He's probably not going to show his face. Hello, everyone. Happy New Week. Okay. Because this one, he doesn't like me shouting. I'm like, if I shout, he's probably not going to respond. Hi, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk immigration. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to do some mama stuff here. Where is... Okay, there we go. Come on in, everyone. Taking care of some mommy stuff that I... Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Come on in. Say hello when you come in. Happy New Week to you as well. Thank you. Hello, Blue Trillions. No, not to say hello. I want to ask you something. I'm texting with from my computer. My oldest kid. My oldest kid is 18, so America says he's an adult. So he's at a stage like, do I really have to say do what you want me to do? Not to get on. Just to ask you something. I'm an African mother, so I'm learning. Can anybody relate? Like you're learning. Thank you. I think I know who that is. I think I followed you too, Immigration Lawyer. So listen, we'll support one another. I think I followed you as well, or it's like your videos as well. Is there any other African mothers where you are trying to, um, what's the word I'm looking for? You're trying to balance being an African mother because that's what you know, and having kids born in the United States, and my kids have never been to Nigeria. Don't judge, just leave it alone. But listen, they're as good as being there because that's how they'll be raised. But at the same time, you have to give deference to their own culture or what they know. I ain't telling you to get online. I know you ain't gonna do it, but I'm on Do Not Disturb, so because we're still waiting for TJ, and so let your dad know that he's not going to be able to text me. And so if you want to text him and send him a text real quick, that I've already given him the number of the person that he can ask about TJ when he's coming back. Make sense? See, I wasn't going to tell you to get on the video. Hi, everyone. Yeah. So, okay. Sorry about that. Well, not sorry. That's my most important work or duty as a mother. Hi, everyone. Good evening. This is Attorney Abdulsalam Adebola Olaleye. And also respecting their own culture because that's my kids. Most of us, our kids are first generation Americans. So it's like, okay, and you can't do nothing, and you have to all that kind of you have to talk and negotiate. I don't negotiate with nobody. If you ain't paying bills, if we ain't paying mortgage, we ain't negotiating nothing. But as they get older, you strike a balance between knowing that you're still in charge and still giving them a voice and letting them and still steering them in the right way. But then, sometimes my African ways kick like, okay, I said no. My 12-year-old is like, but why? Because I said so. Ask me why one more time. Let's see what's going to happen. And when you know how you talk to your kids, talking to your kids outside with your eyes, your facial expression without saying a word. Yeah, we've mastered that. But anyway, I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. Get an immigration case. If it's a case now that we handle, we can and do represent immigration clients regardless of where you live. Okay, so this is where you block some trolls. Yep. I have zero tolerance for negativity. Why don't we stay in our country? So let's address that real quick. Not the negative but America doesn't belong to anybody. If you're not Native American, you're not American. You're from somewhere. So let's get that straight. If you're not Native American, that you were actually the ones who owned the land, all of us are settlers and we came from somewhere. Just a little bit of history. But anyway, let's see, that's the number. If you need to contact our office, our number is 334-341. Yeah, I know how to multitask it. Like you learned that as a mother. 334-341-4475. You can also text us to that number. The same number on WhatsApp. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All platforms, if you type in exactly. Yeah, no, if you're not Native American, you can't even claim any. I've schooled with some people. Listen, y'all don't even. There's someone who told me in court. Yeah, it was a criminal defense case, and we had a break, and they were like, "So how's life in how y'all in the developing world? How y'all like? Excuse. Let's dial it back. We share the same skin color, right? That's where you're from, right? Oh no, I'm American. I know how you were born here. I get it, but you're not a Native American. A little bit of history sometimes checks people real quick, like real quick. And I know how to check people very fast. By the end of that conversation, I mean, whenever he sees me now, he's an officer in that county. Whenever he sees like, oh yeah, you ain't gonna argue with me on win. Just saying. But anyway, it's the same username on all platforms, Olale Immigration. Please share this video. And once again, our contact number is 334-341-4475. If I could have someone help me on each platform to put the number up. Well, on YouTube and Facebook, you can see it it's scrolling across the screen. But if you would help me on TikTok and Instagram, 334-341-4475. All right, people, let's talk immigration. So tonight we're going to talk, today, my client, I don't think she's on yet. She usually comes on, but she filed, joint petition, abuse happened. And she was, to the point where she had to move and she had to relocate from one state to another. Long story short, we thank God. We give God the glory. We give him praise because it is only because God shows favor. It is God alone that turns impossibilities to testimonies. And today she has been scheduled for an oath ceremony, 751 approved, application for naturalization approved without her spouse, without the abusive spouse. And she's going on to live her life. Hello, Mr. Toya. How are you? Nice to meet you yesterday, actually. It's going on with her life, and she doesn't have to worry about her immigration status being in limbo anymore. That is what it's all about. That is exactly what it's all about, to just have people, just the freedom to just leave and not have anyone be in control of your immigration status. It is just it is. She's on. she made me cry. Y'all, I come off as tough, but this is my passion. This is my passion, and she's on. If everybody would just wish her congratulations. Her username starts with Ola, so she's on Instagram, and she is just the sweetest. And I was just telling everybody that you had to relocate. It was just a whole lot overwhelming for her. But I told her, I said, God is in control. You look pesky, but God is in control. And when I tell you, so before we talked before the interview and we prepped, and then I always ask if I can pray. She's gonna make me cry. She's here. I get very emotional when it comes to just when we get to Niles too. It's very emotional for me because it's like what else can we do? But when you finally, she says, everybody here waiting for a decision. I pray y'all get a positive decision soonest. And I kept telling her, because she would call me and just vent sometimes, like, you know what, just hang in there. And we already planned it like this year. You remember, we already said at the beginning of the year, if we don't hear anything, we're going to send them a demand letter this time. But God was listening. God was listening, and I told her, like, it's just favor. So I would ask my clients, like, you know, when we were done prepping, if you don't mind me just saying a word of prayer with you. And so I think was it last week? Yeah, last week was when we prepped, and because last week was an interview, and I said at the end of it, we're praying for God's favor, because when God's favor shows up for you, who dares to stand against you? Who dares to stand against you when God's favor shows up for you? When I tell you, people, that God's favor showed up, and she can tell you, because we had a conversation after, and she goes, that was God's favor. Like, yeah, you can listen. I'm not one who's going to say, yes, we'll put up posts, and my girls help me to put up posts then, because you want to share what we do in the firm. But I am very, very, very aware, very conscious of the fact that all may see and know and consider all together that his hand alone has done this. God, she said, God showed up for me. God showed up. When I tell you, we talked after, and we're like, when you know, without any shadow of doubt, that when favor is speaking on your behalf, that there's no confusion. It is God. And God showed up for her, and I was like, when she said something during the interview, and the other side was like, cancel? Did you hear what your clients are like? No, we're not doing that. Because I was like, no, we ain't going to mess this. I'm like, no. You can disregard that, officer. We're not going to do that. We're just going to keep things the way they are. And she was like, okay, yes. We're like, we ain't touching anything. Just leave it. My coffee, sometimes because it got lunch. So, and as God would have it, God showed up. So I pray, and I use her case. I use other people's cases that they, someone's vow was approved today. I pray that God will show you favor, because at the end of the day, when God's favor shows up, his favor will speak for you, in spite of whoever is in control. The heart of the king is in his hands. Just as the river, he will turn it whichever direction he chooses. Just believe that God's favor will show up for you. And that's all you can do. But anyway, let's talk immigration. Tonight we're going to talk about citizenship for conditional resident. Obviously, I wanted to talk because that was and I had another 751 approved today as well. So let's talk about citizenship for conditional residents. And give me 1 second. Your dad has the number. That's why it's good to have something on your computer. Your dad has the number. Your dad has the number. See, everybody, I don't even know how to do it. Everybody, if anyone needs information in my family, to include my ex-husband, everybody's looking at me, okay, mom, what mom, asking mom, what's this? Like, mamas wear many hats. It's like, yeah, and I have to think about it, and I have to figure it out all at once and still do it and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, that has a number. Citizenship for conditional residents. So unless you're living under a rock, you are a conditional resident. If you get your green card, there's employment one as well, but we're talking mainly about marriage-based case. if you are a conditional resident, if it's definitely gonna be a glorious year. Amen. Amen. You are conditional resident if you are married to either a green card holder or a citizen, and your marriage is less than 2 years. At the end, by the time you get your green card approved, if it's less than 2 years, then you will be getting a conditional residency card that is only good for 2 years. Talking about conditional residency card, I just remember because I saw someone who's waiting on this receipt notices. If you are a VAL client, and I can see I've come to know people's username. If you're my VAL client or AOS client, we got a bunch of notices today. So it will probably be till Friday for us to get, because I'm talking about over 100 notices, if not more. And I just left it. I left the office like, y'all deal with this. I ain't doing it because we have to sort it out and then group it with everyone's names and different cases and then scan it in and then send it to the clients. So not doing it. Hopefully it's all sorted out by Thursday when I get in, then we can scan it. So give us till Friday. I know I saw someone and I know yours is there as well. But so conditional residency, you get that if your marriage is less than 2 years at the time that your immigrant visa is approved. And then you have to now file, and this is an error that a lot of people do make. A lot of people file an I-90. I-90 is for you to renew your green card itself. That is, you already have a 10-year green card, and then you are filing to renew and or replace it because it's been missing. You don't use an I-90 to extend a 2-year green card. And I have quite a number of people who did that on their own. They were denied, and then they sort us out like, okay, no, you found the wrong thing. And like, you know what, just handle it. An I-751 is what you file to get to go from a conditional resident to a permanent resident. And so you do that, and you can file that within the 90-day period before the 2nd year anniversary. So when can a conditional resident file for citizenship? Citizenship, you either can file for your citizenship based on being a permanent resident for 3 years or 5 years. 5 years is those who fall within the 5-year period. You got your green card through employment. You got your green card through married to a green card holder, and the person is still a green card holder. They're not a citizen at the time that your 5 years is up. You got your green card through married to a citizen, but you're no longer married to that person. Now, there are exceptions, and I'll get to that. So if you're no longer married to that person, you got a divorce, and it was, straight up divorce, nothing else, then you have to wait 5 years. Those who qualify to file the citizenship after 3 years of being a legal permanent resident are those who are still married to citizens. So you've been a legal permanent resident for 3 years, and you are still in marital union with a citizen. You have been a legal permanent resident for 3 years, and whether or not you're still married to that citizen, but you have been abused by that citizen spouse, either in a VAWA case or you're filing an I-751 abuse-based case. It doesn't matter if you're still married to the person. As long as your green card was granted based on VAWA or based on I-751 abuse waiver, you are still eligible to file for your green card after 3 years of being a green card. So file for your citizenship after 3 years of being a green card holder. So I get that question very, very often. People say, when does the 3-year period or the 5-year period start to count? Just want to make sure, because I had some notes here. Okay, when does it start to count? It starts to count if you look at either your 2-year green card. You're not counting from the time you get your 10-year green card. Your eligibility to file your citizenship starts from the time you're issued your 10-year green card or your conditional residency card. All that period is counted towards your 3 years or the 5 years. Now, if you are counting based on, so if you're in the middle of filing your 751, let's assume you filed it jointly, right, with your spouse. Before your interview is scheduled, things happen, you get a divorce. And then you let's assume you had filed your citizenship at the same time, because now you're already at the 3-year mark. You get a divorce. It's not an abuse-based case. You're just going to be able to show good faith, but then your marriage is ended in divorce. Now, because it's divorce related and you're no longer in marital union with the person at the time you're getting your 10-year green card, then at that time, your citizenship application will most likely be denied, because then you have to go, you would no longer be eligible to apply based on 3 years marital union, being in the marital union and a green card holder for 3 years. You would have to wait 5 years, so additional 2 years. Conversely, if you are in the process of filing an I-751, you started filing with your spouse jointly, along the line before you interview, you have your citizenship application that you put in, because now it's 3 years. Somehow the crazy person who you married decided that they want to become abusive. That marriage has now become, it's been riddled with domestic violence. You have to leave for your own safety. You now have to convert to an abuse-based case. Whether or not you stay married to the person, it does not matter. Whether or not you get divorced, as long as the basis by which you are granted a 10-year green card is based on abuse, then you will still be eligible to continue under the 3-year time frame to get your citizenship. That also is applicable when you file for VA. So even if you are completely divorced from your VA abuser and you get your green card, but that person was a citizen, you will still remain eligible to file for citizenship after 3 years as a green card holder. So citizenship for conditional residents starts counting from the day you become a conditional resident, from the day that part of your card that says resident since, that includes the period as a conditional resident. Whether or not you're going to be eligible to file for citizenship based on 3 years or based on 5 years will have to deal with what is the basis of you filing your 10-year green card. So the joint petition, is your spouse a citizen now? Are you filing, or you not filing a self-petition based on divorce? Are you filing a self-petition based on abuse? All of that factors in to be able to count and let you know when exactly you will be eligible to file your citizenship as a conditional resident. And that's all she wrote. I know I've probably confused everybody, but yeah, that's it. Okay, let's go to questions. Let's see, I'm going to start on making my glasses because this is when I cannot see for the life of me. Oh, and we got some prima facie determinations too, so good deal. Good. Let me just put in one thing. No, listen, you don't have to get an attorney on your VAL case. You don't. But one of the things that makes it a lot easier when you have an attorney in your case is this. We have an email that attorneys use to communicate with the Vermont Service Center. It is now sometimes they'll respond within like a week, and those are like, I call those ones unicorn officers. Like somehow they just see the email like, oh, I feel like responding to the email right now, and they respond. Okay. But reality, for the most part, they respond within 30 days, right? But that is one of the fastest, safest ways to communicate with the Vermont Service Center. If you have an attorney on your case, there is absolutely no reason why you should be filing, sending in like additional evidence of your psychological evaluation or a request. For instance, one of my clients yesterday, or even a request to transfer your I-130 priority date if you didn't do that to start with. One of my clients, we requested for his, because he did his himself, but we requested for his children to be added to his prima facie determination. And yesterday emailed us back and say, hey, we can't add those kids without proof of relationship. So they told me just send in copies of the birth certificate, just respond to that email and they would take care of it. And that's what we did. It's very, very straightforward, because sometimes you have to email and direct them to send you back this informational notice saying we can't identify who you are. And that's for your own safety, obviously. But if you have an attorney on your case, that's something you should always try to. Now, don't be on their case. I'm at the attorney's office like every single hour, every single day. That's not what I'm saying. But once you just let them know, hey, you know about this. Can you send in this additional evidence to the Month Service Center? And it's not it just depends. Like, for instance, if someone tells them, can we send this in? I'll tell you why we're not sending it yet. But that's one of the perks of having a lawyer in your case. Okay. All right. Let's see. Natalie Thomas on YouTube says, what is a I-360 card if there's such card? Okay, let me rephrase that. What is an I-360 card? I'm an English language. That's one of my pet peeves, because vowels and all that. So my kid, my 12-year-old, you know how you have all this group of friends and everybody talks alike and all that. And so he picks up, you pick up things from your friends. And he says something, I'm like, I'm not even listening to what he's saying. I'm listening to the grammar he's using. And the kid knows how he when he wants to get on my skin, he will say something, we live in the South. So he'll say, Audi or something, y'all. Yeah, he knows how to get on my skin. But anyway, what is an I-360 card, if there's such a thing as that? Okay. It's not it's not like an I-360 card where there's a card that is issued under your I-360 receipt number, and that is an E80 card. So whenever you submit your VAW petition, there is, I think it's on page 14, there's a portion on that page 14 where it asks, like, upon approval, do you want an employment authorization card issued to you? And if you check yes in that box, for, I want to say, at least half of my cases, that's usually how I know that the VAW petition has been approved, because somehow USCIS gives us that alert first before the VAW petition approval itself. So whenever I see an alert come to my email and it has the same receipt number of the VAW petition itself, then I know that's a C31 E80 card. And a C31 E80 card can only be issued upon approval of your VAW petition. So that's, I hope, Natalie, I hope that explains that for you. Tinubalari says, how long does it take to get an interview after an I-693 deficiency notice? Depends on the field office, and every field office has their own processing times. Let's see. Grand Phoenix, how much time to receive the receipt notice from an I-485? It is taking a while, depending on, but it still depends on what you filed. So I have some of the receipt notices, because I can glance through, and some, especially those that are not VAW related, will have my client's name. So those, my client will get copies, like for a regular marriage-based case right now, my clients will get copies, and then I will get the attorney copies. But the attorney copies will still have the client's name through the see-through envelope, and then in care of Olaleye Law Firm. So I can see whose case, that is. So you're welcome, Natalie. So in that case, or in a case like that, for instance, some of the ones that came in today, I know a lady that will file their case first week in January. It's a regular marriage case. Her husband filed for her and her kids. And I think she's probably on, so she's probably going to email me later like, Sissy lawyer, so I ain't going to send it because it was a whole lot. But because like when you have receipt notices that scare you to leave the office and just go and leave everyone else deal with it. Yeah, that was like, no. It just gave me a headache. Like, okay, I'm grateful, but I'm not doing it. Not doing it. But we filed her case. I can tell you the exact date when we filed the case. Let me put it up real quick, because I save everything. Because whenever we file anything in my office, within 48 hours, our clients will get a link to download a copy for themselves. Okay, I'm looking for O. Let's see, where's my O right here? That's why it's easy. It's good to have a system. You can. Okay, so we filed her case on January 5th. and her receipt notices came in with the ones today. So January 5th, that's less than 2 weeks ago, right? I went to law school, so I don't have to do math. But I think 5 plus 14, 19. So that'll be, she did Thursday. But that's a regular marriage case. Most of the ones that I do marriage-based case and employment cases and H-1B and all that. I just don't talk a lot about my employment because I represent universities for the most part, and we've signed contracts and all that, so that I can talk. Anyway, that's on the side, but I do employment cases as well. So so that's a regular marriage case. So that was less than 2 weeks. But every other one that I know that we got, because I could see that it's just my name and the name of my firm, so I already know that is VAR related. Some of them were filed back the first week of November. So give or take about 2 months. So if that gives you an idea, but it's just no, you're welcome, Ms. Valerie. There's no rhyme or reason with USCIs. That's just what it is. Okay. Can you text me the number? That doesn't think he has it. Check this past. Because if I sign out, I'm going to, I can sign out now. It's past. Text from me for the Team Snap. Aha. But TJ, or what the hell? You guys text TJ. Text TJ. Text TJ. Let me tell you what he is. Okay, there we go. All right. Mother. Hey, it is what it is. Let me go to YouTube, TikTok. Let's see. John Tinamoni, happy new week to you as well. Let's see. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Grandpa, what's your question? Okay. Let's see. Okay. I don't want to miss. Let me go back all the way back. Bear with me. Miss Ola, I'm not going to say her full name. Everyone on TikTok says congratulations to you. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. So it's optimistic, so they just don't know their history. So please forgive them. Yeah. You ain't gonna come for me. Tell me it's your country. We have the same color. Or if you're whiter than me, it's not your country. It's those people's country. And they ain't even telling us to leave. So please. Yeah, exactly. You'd be surprised the kind of people that I have to actually argue with are people that look like me. So, but that's okay. Our office is located in Alabama, but we represent immigration clients in all 50 states. Yeah, okay, good. So the phone number is in the bios. So if you go on my page, you would see it. Congratulations to hello, Mr. David. Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? How's my friend? How are you guys doing? I don't know if you're still on. I always see you on Instagram, right? Yeah, so you're on TikTok now. Thank you. Okay, let's see. We are your VAR cases. I don't know who this is. Okay. You got jokes. Um, I'm still married to my husband, but we file taxes separately. Can I still file for citizenship? They usually would ask you why you don't file taxes together. As long as you have a reasonable explanation and then you have other bona fide evidence as well, then you should be fine. Disclaimer: general answers to questions, not anything specific to anybody's case. Can you file your citizenship after 3 years of getting your 2-year green card without getting your 10-year green card? That's what we just talked about. So short answer, yes. As long as you're still married or you fall within the exceptions. My girl just got pregnant. Congratulations. I want to find out how I can get her to the USA from Nigeria. We can set up a consultation for you. So we have a special still going on. We had a high, when I say high, I don't even know how sometimes, but I'm because I've had consultations like I literally had to cut short today and I just had to catch up on some work. I have a lot of work to review, and I'm the kind of person that I hired another attorney to help me with review work, but I found myself reviewing the attorney's work. So I think to save everybody a lot of headache, I just do it myself. So it's made a lot of cases pile up for review. So bear with me. Please be patient because I'm trying to make sure we don't make errors. We're all here and we make errors, but at least, yeah. But we have a special going on for the 30 minutes option. It's usually $130 for 30 minutes, but we have it going on for $100. It was to end Sunday, but a lot of people requested, like, can you please extend? I don't get paid till Friday. And that's the least I can do. Now, I'm not going to extend it beyond January. That's not going to happen because, listen, I'm in business, right? But it helps a lot of people, and I'm probably lost me again back. This is ridiculous on Xfinity. $200 for 45 minutes and $230 for an hour. So we can discuss your case, and if you want to do a fiancé visa, spousal visa, see what is best for you. This is John and John. Okay, let's go with John. I just got a notice yesterday that my case was approved from I-485 and I didn't have an interview. Are you complaining? Are you complaining? So does this mean I have a green card? If your I-485 shows approved, then that's what it means. I don't know because I don't know but if that's what it shows under your number, then that's what it means. They are actually waiving. Hello, Ghanaian wife, how are you? They're waiving interviews. And that's why once you file, like the lady I was talking about that we got her receipt notices in 2 weeks. I mean, it was over 600 pages. I might get to do some of this song, I know. But I'm very passionate about every single case. And I just don't even know how I still get it done. But I was like, no, she's been through a lot in the previous marriage. I'm like, we've got to get this done. I mean, everything on the kitchen sink we're giving them. So the point is, if you send in everything on your medicals, all of that, then you give them a higher chance of being able to waive interviews. So they are actually waiving interviews if you have enough sufficient bona fide evidence in your case. Made it back to the States. Welcome back. How long are you going? Because I know you'll be back. You were going to Ghana anytime soon. Yeah, so I think you've asked me that the last time to transfer the case. Like I said, you have to go on the Department of State website. For the most part, you have to be someone who is a citizen or resident in that country that you want to transfer to, or if you fall within any of the other exceptions, but you have to make a request to that embassy that you want to transfer to. You have to make a request to them, and they have to approve that transfer before you can. What West African country is better to use? I off the top of my head, I cannot tell you. Well, I can tell you not Nigeria, because Nigerians are waiting forever as well. Um, Hi, after marriage, which form submitted? How long interview also? If you don't know the form to submit, then you need to sit down with a lawyer. How long does it take to process I-130 petition? I-360 petition. What did you file? Is it VAWA? Is it widowers petition? Is it religious worker? Is it SIJ? That form is used for different things. Can I renew my 10-year green card? If it's about to expire within 6 months, yes, you can. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Send your mail tomorrow, please. Okay. I don't know who that is. Can I file my spouse's citizenship without having a 10-year green card? You can file for your spouse. They have to file for themselves. But if they already have, counting the time on conditional residency status, if it's already 3 years and you're still married to them as a citizen, then they can go ahead and put in their N400. Okay, let's see. Let me comment that your beautiful hairstyle. Just thank you. Someone actually literally emailed me and says, "I'm sorry, this is not immigration related. This is about your hair. Is your hair really gray, or those highlights?" Y'all think I'm going to sit down and go put highlights all over my hair? Like, why in God's name would I choose gray? It's not the highlight. Like, why would I choose gray? Like, because my face, okay, let's put it. See how my face looks. Looks younger, and then you see the gray, like, oh, okay, how old? 19. So why would I choose gray? I mean, a lot of people say it grows out of my scalp. See that? Yeah, it grows out of my scalp, like, but I appreciate the compliments. I just like, okay, why in God's name would I choose gray? But then again, some people do silver, so I get it. I don't know how to get it. Your vow was approved. Della, congratulations. RFE for medical. If you only got RFE for just the medicals, I can go out on a limb and say 99.9. I can say 100% because I'm a lawyer. But 99.99999%, they're probably going to waive your interview. What is the price for consultation? It's right now we have a special for 30 minutes, $100 for 30 minutes, but it's usually $130 for 30 minutes. But if you go on our website, if someone can help me write it on Instagram, but if you go on my page, olalealawfirm.com, so you would have all that information, the link to schedule a consultation. If you click on the website itself, my website is very, 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 very simple, very informative as well, but it's easy to browse. I'm not a tech person. So, and I know there are a lot of people like me that if I see a website that has a lot on it, I would not browse. I just won't. I'm just going to go somewhere else. So that was my concept. Like, it's got to be easy for you to get to where you need to, what information you're looking for and all that. Okay. What lip wear am I wearing? Milani. Unfortunately, Milani devotion number 14, it's been discontinued. So Cecilia 𝒊𝒎𝒂𝒏𝒕. So I've tried every kind of, I have different shades of red and burgundy and wine, but Milani is one I always go back to, devotion number 14, but they've discontinued. I'm like, to love. I'm to love. See what to discontinue. Yeah. But that's what it is. Milani brand is still on. It's just that they've discontinued this matte devotion 14. If somebody can find it for me, I'll pay anything. Because, yeah, I'm that obsessed with it. Okay, let's see. Toasting for real 1010. Greetings from New Jersey. How are you? Greetings from Hamburg, Germany. That's what we ate yesterday. Okay. What happened after filing online I-130 for American child living abroad? What do you mean? What happens? Not what is the what do you mean? What happens? In what way? Um, Miss Lawanda said she finds it hard to sleep. I can't imagine. She's probably just bouncing off the wall. I'm so happy for you. You have no idea. I mean, we talked and I'm just so happy. And I cannot be on the phone because if I'm on the phone but I really try. I try because if I'm looking at a case manager, I can tell you how many clients, but a lot of cases we have, and it's just so I try, but I may not be able to get in sleep, speak with you. The best I may be able to do within 7 hours is an email, but at least you hear back from me. If it's just to say, hey, sister lawyer, I'm worried because I know we went through all that, and I go, listen, it doesn't mean I don't worry, because listen, talking about what you worry go about where you go from me, but I can't tell my clients that I'm worried, because then two of us worrying at the same time doesn't make any sense. But I just try to encourage everybody. And I think for me, because I know even when it looks impossible, I just believe that God, I've seen things happen in my career. I've, I've seen, fake the career will consult what I've seen. I've seen cases being held because of divorce decrees, and then after a year being approved, and someone become a citizen. And then no, okay. I've seen God come through. Ah, I've seen. So even if it doesn't happen for people, so someone, it's okay. It's not okay, but it doesn't mean God is not coming through for you. You just don't know what your own breakthrough is going to be. But to just know that she's just happy and just at peace. And I mean, when I tell you, I've had so many interviews, but her interview was like, it was like God was sitting, came down from the throne, and he was sitting and telling the officer the questions to ask her. I mean, going, something was quiet for the most part. Ain't going to come, okay. And then when she said she wanted to do something, like, no, not about everything, yeah. But we thank God. We thank God. We thank God. We thank, even if it doesn't go. The Bible says in Job, though he slays me, yet will I trust in him. If he doesn't go your way, still you can't lose faith, because the one thing I know is that he hasn't brought you this far to fail. God was there before me. It's all favor. It's all favor. All favor. Nothing any man can do. Nothing any man can do. When God clears the way for you, immigration officer will offend you. No. If God decides today is your day, that's it. No one can argue with that. That's just the way it goes. I should be a pastor's. No. Don't push it. No, even I got one limits, and then the pastor's wife or colleague. More pray. I mean, I go to war when I pray. But Sherry, in the same in the same vein, I'm with so that's not gonna work. Can you Valerie pulpit and then a member of your congregation says something and then you cuss them out? No, even Pastor go and Auntie Timothy. No, let's just leave. I'm God's work under construction. Let's just leave it that way. Hello, Miss Shatava. How are you? How is my friend? I haven't forgotten. Whenever I'm heading to Atlanta, which is going to be soon, I will text you guys, and we'll meet. And I think we may give me a call sometime tomorrow or text me. Let's regroup and see what we have right now, so that if there's something we can send in for the case. So I don't know if you're still on TikTok, but I know I saw your Instagram now. But let's regroup. Let's see what we can add. Okay. I'm married to a U.S. citizen for over a year. I got a letter saying my I-45 was incomplete because I did not submit the medical. Is this an issue for me? It's a deficiency notice. I have one around here because I wrote that one of for a client we've been waiting for some movement on 45, so that was a good thing. But it's a deficiency notice just to let you know that it's missing. And they will let you, if they schedule an interview, they will they'll send, if they schedule an interview, then your interview notice is your cue to make sure you do your medicals. If they don't schedule an interview, they'll send you an RFE for the medicals. So either way, they'll let you know what you need to do. Is it true that fees are going to increase? If USCIS has the way, yes, there's a proposal. And if once it goes, if there are no lawsuits against and no injunctions, if it goes into effect, yes, like I-45 that you pay $1,225 for, and then you don't have to pay filing fees for 765 and 131 once you have that pending. It's going to skyrocket to $2,008 something, almost $3,000 to be able to get all those three together. So if you need to file something right now, please file. Hello, Miss 𝒊𝒒𝒂𝒏𝒕, how are you? Okay, let's see. What happens if a VAWA petitioner remarries? If you remarry before your petition is approved, that is going to nullify your petition. That's the end of your VAWA petition. Very simple. So what does it mean when you have a pending 45 and then file VAWA and then RFE for medical before getting VAWA receipt? It just means they sent you an RFE for your medical to send in your medical. That's it. How does one check to know if they are in removal proceedings? If you go to EORR website and put in your alien number, it would let you know. Alternatively, you can call this. Just Google the EOR toll-free number, and you can call and put in your alien number, and then it would let you know if you have if you are within the immigration court system. Parole in place is for, I can do a video on that on a separate day because I've had some people ask, but it's for family members of people who are in the military, and we can do that where they're able to stay regardless of how you came in, and then eventually you can actually become green card holders after a while based on a new entry. What happens if your husband, who is the petitioner, wants a divorce, but you don't have your 2 years green card yet? If there's no abuse and it's just a divorce and marriage is not working, if you get divorced before your green card is issued, then that's the end. I mean, divorce is a basis for automatic revocation of an I-130. Okay. Callie, it's killings. Okay. Can pending asylum case get married to U.S. citizen? Absolutely. Could the new husband file I-130 for her after VAWA petition remarries? Yeah. Is it okay to call USCIS for an update? It depends on what kind of case it is, but yeah. Hello, Epic Movement. How are you? How are you? Hello, Timmy Talkway. How are you doing? Okay, let me go back to YouTube, and I think I'm calling it because I still have work to do. All right, loves the Roy. Call you again soon. I'm assuming we've talked before. And 𝒂𝒏𝒕 the different usernames, like okay, but I listen. Don't put your name there because I'm just kidding. Can I file for VAWA after divorcing my U.S. citizen spouse if you are eligible for VAWA? Oh, okay. What's their first name, Epic? I appreciate the referrals. I'm telling you, you would think his. Well, then again, we got to see same. I think we have the same last name, right? No, we have the same birthday. We have the same birthday. Probably the same last name too. Help me out. Remind me. But I know we have the same birthday. That much I remember. Okay. Same birthday, yes. I am filing for my citizenship at 3-year mark. Do I have to submit my bank statements and lists? You submit what evidence you have to show that you are still in marital union with your citizen spouse. How long does it take I-45 to be approved? After that was approved, depending on if they're going to be scheduling for an interview. If they will schedule for an interview, then it would depend on how long the processing time for your field office, how long they're taken. If not, then it would be handled at the National Benefits Center office. God's got me I-45 based on approved I-360 for my child since November 17. And is this normal? Yep. It's the process itself. It may be faster for minors, but we're talking receipt notices. And like I said, the ones I found first week in November were just I could see some that we just got them today. And y'all don't be blowing up my emails because I ain't going to deal with it until I get to the office on Thursday. So hopefully it's already been straightened out then, but it's not unusual based on what's going on. Yes, so that's got me. That's what's going on. But anytime now, because like I said, the ones that came in first week in November, so be expecting sometime soon. I love this, Messiah. When God smiles at you, all your adversaries, which is wizard, yeah, you can tell it's a Nigerian person, will let you be because God's hands on you. Yep. Preach it. Can you have kids while filing vow? It's not. You just can't get remarried. That's all. If you want to have a basketball team, you just can't remarry. Bad angry. How long after filing vow can I expect a work permit and a travel permit? Depending on the process and time. Do you file an IW petitions? Yes, we do. Okay, all right, Epic. I will be expecting them. So I'll be expecting it, but thank you for the referral. After the fingerprint is taken, you have to wait for a long time before your work permit arrives. Fingerprinting has nothing to do with the processing time of your work permit. I think we talked about that last time. But anyway, all right, people, that's all I can take. So if we can help you with your immigration cases, contact us at 334-341-4475. You can also send a text to that number. Visit our website at olalayalawfirm.com. I appreciate you guys every single time for always showing up. I don't take it for granted. I am appreciative. My heart sings of gratitude. I thank you for your support each and every day. I thank you for those who have trusted us and those who will trust us to be able to handle their cases. I just pray that we Africans. Thank you. Okay, I'm expecting the email. Thank you, Epic. Because we're not the most patient. Like I will raise my hand. Okay. All of all these things on TikTok. I'll raise my hand. Somebody, okay, who was missing when Jesus was passing out patients? I was missing because I'm an instant gratification kind of person. You're welcome. Hello, Miss Geraldine. But when I had kids, I learned a lot of patience. Oh, Lord. I learned a lot of patience. Am I still an instant gratification person to a very large extent? But I say that to say this. When you're dealing with immigration and in USCIS or court, you've got to learn how to be patient. You've got to be patient. I told somebody, I was like, hey, listen, let's not file. I don't do written mandamus because they get angry when you do that. Let's not file this. Just be patient. But, written mandamus tells them they have to make a decision. And the decision can be a denial. The denial that issued in her case, which I didn't represent her on, but it was the baseless denial, but they had to make a decision. So now we got to refile and restart everything, so let's just exercise patience. Epic. Leo babies, we're not, no, you already know our personality is not, it's not synonymous with patience. Number one, we're very, very strong and very, someone talked to me today that I don't know how true it is, that I can be very intimidating to a guy because no, a colleague has told me that before, that in Africa, you're taught to be not arrogant, but confident. And when you walk into a room, you should own it. My dad used to tell me that. My mom taught me that. So whenever I walk into a courtroom, and I'm over 5'1". So, and this guy who was talking to me, he's 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", and he says, Abby, they call me Abby, like they call my other lawyers, that you have this manner about you that when you walk into a room, you're walking like you own the whole place. And it's not intentional. It's just, you gotta lift your chin up. And I'm not even tall, so why would I be looking? I'm already close to the ground. I mean, you're small already. Why why carrying down? But anyway, my friend Tank, is I don't know if he's watching, and he goes, you've got to dial it all the way back, because you're gonna drive away every man. I'm like, I don't think so, because I was married. How long was I married for? I've forgotten. I was with my ex-husband for 21 years, 96 through 2018. Almost 21 years. 96. I can add. You figure. No, yeah, 22 years. In married 15 years. See? I was, but I got a very strong personality. Epic, we do. We do. We're very emotional, sensitive beings, but we can be a lot. I always say it's gonna take a man that's very confident about himself, that is sure of himself. Who can really put me in my place? I'm like, okay, I'll see you. I'll see, because I cannot be with someone who is gonna be a pushover, because I will push you over. So anyway, I digress. But if we can help you in an immigration case, please contact our office, 334-341-4475. My boys have told me, my sons, let me just say that if that living with me, they can live with anybody in their world. I don't know if that's a compliment or if that, I don't know. It is what it is. I asked my kid one time, my 18-year-old who doesn't show his face, I said, would you want to get married? Would you want a God to give you someone like a wife like your mama? This kid looked at me, raised his right eyebrow, looked at me again, and just left the room. Like, huh? Because he's very mild. He's introverted. He doesn't like trouble. I'm not trouble. He just doesn't. He's not confrontational. He's a very diplomatic kid. He likes peace. So I may be too much for my kid, but it's all good. But anyway, I will see you guys next time, and just believe and know that your time is coming. God does not forget anybody. We all have our blessings. The only difference is just the time. The timing of our blessings are different, but to each to everything there is a season, and your timing is your time is coming. The vision is yet for an appointed time. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it shall surely come. And the Bible does not lie. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye, everybody.